I have recently watched this obscure 2008 Australian mockumentary called Lake Mungo. It sounds like something out of pocket that you just say at a party and everyone leaves. The thing is, my interpretation is a headcanon I'm obsessed with because I can't remove it from my process of thought. Everything I do or say in these last few days since I've seen it has been connected with the experience I've had with this movie. It's a standard mockumentary, probably inspired in part from the Blair Witch Project or something. It's your standard, someone has died, and now she's in everyone's photos. She's a ghost or something. It's probably a more complicated mystery, but I have come up with a way to interpret it that doesn't concern the occult. See, everything starts with this girl dying, and then she's seen in a photo because her brother is always taking photos and taking videos of the house, and they see her in these photos and in these videos, but it turns out they're fake. He falsified everything because, I don't know, he wanted to make a story to make his mother feel better or something. Why would you do that? And then they find out through these videos that this neighbor has been sneaking around their house to try and find out a sex tape of this girl and him and other girls, and it's very scandalous, etc., etc., and everyone is not expecting it, and they say, oh my god, she had a second life, oh my god, she didn't show everything about herself, and so they blame it on this neighbor. They say maybe she committed suicide because she was ashamed of what she had done with this man. I can't seem to recall if he was a grown-ass man. Anyway, the police says, yeah, everything was consensual, which means she probably didn't kill herself because of that. Most likely, it was an escape from the things that made her want to commit suicide. What I notice of the family, it's in a lot of small things. The father goes, nobody could ever think of themselves being dead or wanting to die. The mother was always distant and tries to reconnect with her dead daughter through the psychic she used to interpret her dreams. Yeah, it's a bit convoluted, but basically they all follow this occult trail until they find a video of her on the telephone she buried at Lake Mungo in a summer camp. And what they see, they interpret as a ghost. She had seen herself dead. She knew she was going to die, and she left all these little secrets to reassure the family that she had accepted her death. But then there is this final scene where the daughter goes to a psychic in the past, and then in the future the mother goes to the same psychic. They both, in different times, get hypnotized, and they both describe entering their house and meeting one another. The mother says she's just standing there. The daughter in the past says she's not saying anything. And in the credits, in all of the photos that were photoshopped or showed something occult, something that the family and everyone involved was looking at obsessively, she shows up. She's there, unseen. This spoke to me because I found the story of someone who had decided to commit suicide, and everybody is just ignoring her story and focusing on something else and seeing all these different things that, yeah, they bring emotional closure for the living, but they don't say anything about the dead. The daughter that walked in a lake and disappeared and probably willingly drowned. I don't know if it was the idea of the movie makers, but I'm obsessed with the idea of this being the story of someone who killed themselves because they weren't seen, they just were in the shot. They were recorded, they were photographed, they were spoken to, but no one really saw the thing that she fought and lost against. And yeah, that is something that scares me deeply. It was a weird movie. I found it boring at first, and after a while I just couldn't shake this feeling off and I wanted to vocalize it.